everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So I actually only have 6 here because I had a day that I didn't even spray perfume on. It was just one of those days where I was like, I just don't feel like trying to figure out what I want to wear. So yeah, I just ended up not wearing anything. But anyways, I do have 6 here and I am gonna jump right in. I'm gonna start with this is absolutely so sad for me. Not that I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't care if it doesn't smell good on me anymore. But I pulled out I had this out from my Britney Spears perfume video. This is Britney Spears' private show. I have not worn this since my skin chemistry changed. Just over a year ago now, my skin chemistry went through a change. And I had not worn this one since. This does not smell good on me anymore. There was another one that I wore that I talked about in the last few months that I said didn't smell good on me anymore. And I had the same experience with this as I did with that one. I can't remember what fragrance it was, but it was something that just did not jive with my chemistry anymore. And this one was exactly the same. This one almost kind of smelled like a dirty body on me. I know that sounds weird, but it was like a sweet, dirty body. It was so bad and it was an absolute monster. So this thing, I smelled like this until I washed it off the next day. I just smelled like this for so long. And I smelled so bad the whole time. And I was too scared to even try to layer anything on with it to fix it because I just didn't want to make it more potent or make it worse. So I just lived with it. But I smelled so bad. I literally smelled like I needed to take a bath badly. It was foul and I am so sad. It's not the perfume. Do not get me wrong. It is not the perfume. It is me. This just does not smell good on me anymore. You would have to pry this out of my cold dead hands. Like I will never let this go. It will just have to sit on the shelf until something changes. I'm gonna try this in the warm weather because it could just be that it's a seasonal thing. Maybe it doesn't smell good on me anymore in this winter, but it might in the summer. So I am gonna revisit this in warm weather. However, when I do revisit it, I'm only gonna spray it like on one arm instead of go to town with it the way that I did when I wore it that day. In fact, I think the day after I wore this is the day that I just didn't spray anything on because I had to deal with this smelling so bad on me for so long that I just didn't want to smell anything after that. Like I just did not want to wear perfume the next day. It was that bad. So anyways, yeah, that is Britney Spears' private show. I am so sad about this one because I love this fragrance. It's one of my favorite Britney Spears fragrances. And just the fact that it smells like absolute trash on me now, like literal body odor, unclean, like trash water. It smells so bad on me. But anyways, I'm devastated by it, but I will keep this one. I'm gonna try it again in the warm weather and see if maybe it works in heat. Such a tragedy. So that is Britney Spears' private show. Okay. Then next, I tested one of the samples that Susan sent over. This is, I think the brand is called Lark and the fragrance is called Calda. I looked up the notes in this. This is the one that's in the bottle. It smells so similar to the old school Dewberry from the Body Shop. Oh my gosh, it's a little bit different. It's got that same like, I don't know, blackcurranty kind of bite that you get from Dewberry. It's got that same thing. This definitely has, it's got other things in it though. So when you get it on skin, this one kind of sweetened up on my skin. I can't even remember. I looked up the notes in this, but I don't even remember what any of the notes in this are anymore. I looked it up because I wanted to see if it had blackcurrant in it because that's what it smelled like. It smelled like a really strong blackcurrant, like a really like fresh, kind of juicy blackcurrant. But I don't think it's got blackcurrant in it. I was really surprised, but I can't for the life of me. I will, of course, have it on the screen for you. but this is really, really beautiful. This one definitely takes you on a journey. It definitely changes from the time you put it on. When you very first put it on though, you get that like old school Body Shop dewberry bite that I love so much. And yeah, then this ended up kind of smelling like a fresh, kind of juicy black currant. It's got some warmth to it. It's got a little bit of, I don't know, it's like warm, a little bit of like a, I don't want to say a spice, maybe like a syrupy kind of spice. I remember this, it's got a lot of gourmand notes in it, if I remember correctly. This has got vanilla. This is beautiful. But it reminds me, like literally the only thing that I can think about when I smell it is the old school Body Shop dewberry. Because that's kind of what it smells like to me. I love this. If this weren't like, I haven't looked at this to see how much a full bottle of this would be. This wore beautifully on me though, and I think I smelled like this for a good 8 to 10 hours, which is great for like a little dabber bottle. I couldn't spray this, so, but I bet if I was able to spray this, that I would have smelled like this forever, because of course when I spray, I get it all in my hair and like everywhere, and so that's why I will smell for so long. But this one, it was just on my skin and I got a good like 8 to 10 hours out of it. It was beautiful. This is one that absolutely, if I could find a bottle and it weren't like $1 million, I would definitely pick up a bottle of this because it's so beautiful and it gives me such dewberry vibes. There is another fragrance. It's from Zarco Perfume, and I can't remember. It's called like Pink Molecule maybe. And that's the closest thing I've ever smelled to being like an actual dupe of the Body Shop dewberry. That one back then, it didn't wear super well on me. Another fragrance reviewer a long time ago, she sent me a decant of it. I tested it. It didn't smell great on me. In fact, it was kind of sickening, but my skin chemistry has changed since then. So I need to revisit that one to see if maybe it smells better on me now. But anyways, that's a really beautiful like dupe of dewberry if you're looking for one. This is beautiful though. That is Lark Calda, really gorgeous. Okay, next I pulled out my Organza Indecence. This is so beautiful. This is the bottle that Sweet Erin sent to me. I had another bottle of this. It was my bottle. It was about halfway full, and I sent that off to somebody else. So this is all I have left of Indecence, but I do have quite a bit. This is a fragrance that I used to not be able to get very much time out of. This used to be really kind of light on me. It didn't wear super well. I usually was only able to get like a couple of hours out of it max. This fragrance was such a monster on me. Now, yes, I did go hard with it, probably 8 to 10 sprays, but I smelled like this for 24 hours. And not just like on hair and clothing, because obviously I changed my clothes at night to get into pajamas. It was like super strong even on my skin. I could not believe it. Again, this is the first time I've worn this since my skin chemistry has changed. So I'm just guessing that it just wears better on me now. My skin doesn't eat it up the way that it used to, and it actually just wears better on me. I will say though, it didn't smell quite as good on me as it used to. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like gross. It didn't smell bad on me per se, but it just smelled different. I got more of this kind of, there isn't anything nutty in this, but there is a nutty aspect to this. When I used to wear this before my skin chemistry changed, I used to get a lot of the cinnamon, which is what I love so much about this fragrance, but I almost get like this powdery nuttiness now, which is fine. It's still really beautiful, but it's just not what it used to be. But I absolutely adore this fragrance. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I really wish that Givenchy would bring this back. I'm still going to play around and see if I can create something that smells kind of like this, but maybe a little bit more modern. I have a hard time recreating the cinnamon though in this one. I've got like 3 different types of cinnamon and I haven't found the right cinnamon yet. But anyways, that is Givenchy Organza Indecence. Okay, next I wore my Dior Pure Poison. I haven't worn this in a long time. I love this scent. This is one of those fragrances. This actually smells better on me now than it ever used to. It's always smelled fine on me, but this is one that just like, it's like magic on my skin now. It just smells so good. This is a really beautiful, clean, sweet jasmine scent, but it's not like a typical smelling jasmine. It's almost like a borderline soapy kind of jasmine. It's so, so stunning. I absolutely adore this. This is the original formulation. If you're ever looking for a bottle of Pure Poison and you want to find a bottle of the original formulation, just look for the purple ring around the neck and the white lid. That's how you will know it's an original formulation. The new formulation, I believe, has a gold ring around the neck and a purple cap, if I remember correctly. I come across bottles of the original formulation of this fragrance all of the time, so there are definitely a ton of them out there. I just prefer this. Have I even smelled the new formulation? I don't know that I've even smelled the new formulation. So I shouldn't say that I prefer this because I really don't know, but my intuition tells me that the original formulation is better than the new one. Oh, I love this though. It's so clean and beautiful. I actually prefer to wear this one in the wintertime, even though it's more of like a warm weather scent profile. It's got a beautiful warmth to it though. But I just prefer it in the wintertime because it wears better. It wears super long on me in the wintertime. I can get a good, I don't know, I probably got 8, 10, 12 hours out of this the day that I wore it. It just lasts absolutely forever. I can smell it on myself for just forever. In the summertime though, I can only get a few hours out of it. It's one of those fragrances that just in the heat, it just gets eaten up by your skin really. But anyways, I absolutely adore this fragrance. It's beautiful. It does have a little tiny bit of like a vintagey kind of scent profile to it. I do think that some people would find this fragrance mature smelling. I don't. I absolutely love this fragrance. I think it is just stunning. So anyways, that is Dior Pure Poison. Next, I pulled out my Rochas Tocade. I absolutely adore this fragrance. I forget how phenomenal this is until I wear it again. This is another one I was so worried. I was like, oh Lord, please don't let this smell bad on me because I haven't worn this since my skin chemistry changed. And it does not. I think this actually smells better on me now. It's so beautiful. I get a lot more of the like sweet, kind of vintagey smelling vanilla with this one now. It's got a vintage kind of scent profile. I believe this has got some geranium in it. It's got some of I don't want to say they're like old fashioned florals, but they're florals that when they're in a fragrance that kind of has a vintagey scent profile, they're different. Like, I think this has got jasmine in it, if I remember correctly, like jasmine, rose, geranium, but it's like a different jasmine, rose, and geranium than you would get in other more modern scents, if that makes sense. But anyways, I love this. It reminds me of like the 90s. It reminds me of vanillas, like Vanilla Fields. It reminds me of what people smelled like when I was in high school. And I love it. It's such a beautiful, warm vanilla that is sweet, but it's not like a sweet vanilla. It's not a candle-like vanilla. It's a very like sweet, spiced, florally, vintagey, warm vanilla. It's a comfort scent for me. I love this. And I am so happy that it smells the way that it smells on me now, which is even better than it ever has. It is beautiful. Somebody put in the comments section of the last video that I talked about that they love this fragrance, that it smells divine, and 100%, it really, really does. This is a little underrated gem. I adore this. So anyways, that is Rochas Tocade. And then last but not least, I wore this one here. This is Jean-Paul Gaultier Gaultier 2. You will see I wore some of these fragrances from my last winter video because I knew I needed to give these some love before I put them away. I love this scent. This is another one that I have not worn since my skin chemistry changed. I always get the question anytime I talk about my skin chemistry having changed, I always get the question of why, how does that happen? Why did it happen? In my situation, it can happen for a lot of reasons. Perfumes can smell different because of the weather, because of things that you eat, because of body products that you use, and hormones. Hormones, that's like the biggest culprit, especially for women my age, because I am middle-aged. My hormones fluctuate. I am, I'm like not anywhere near menopause or anything, but I'm at an age where my hormones are starting to change. So and our body chemistry just changes. They say that our body chemistry kind of changes every 7 years. So I think it was just one of those situations where my body chemistry just changed. It happened, I guess, right after I turned, it happened, I think, right before I turned 44. So yeah, I think it was just hormones that did it that time. But yeah, unfortunately, it just happens. It happened to my friend Jacqueline right around the same time that it happened to me. So yeah, it's just something that happens. But anyways, I hadn't worn this since my body chemistry changed, and this smells so good on me now. This is even sweeter than it used to be, which it's always been like a pretty sweet fragrance. This is just 3 notes. It's vanilla, amber, and musk. It's not like anything I've ever smelled before, except there is a really, really good dupe for it on the market from a brand called Lapidus, and the fragrance is called Altamir. You can get it on FragranceNet last time I checked. In fact, I'll go ahead and link that. I'll link the real one for you, but I'll also link the Altamir in case you're interested in it. I have tested them side by side because I do have samples of Altamir, and they are almost identical. I think Altamir is marketed towards men, but I think that Gaultier 2 is like a very unisex scent. So, and I don't feel like I smell masculine when I wear it. This is so beautiful on me now, though. This is one of those fragrances that is just, it's like magic on me. It's always smelled fine on me, but it's not ever been one of those fragrances where it's like, wow, that just smells like it was made for my skin. And it smells like that on me now. It smells like it was just made for me. It is so beautiful. You just know when you spray something on and after it's really like dried down and like melded with your skin, and you smell it radiating off yourself, and like you put your nose into your skin and you're just like, oh my gosh, that smells so good on me. That's how this one is now. It's almost like the vanilla and the musk come out on my skin more. So it's like a really sweet but musky scent, but also very ambery. It's fantastic. I love this one. I've heard really good things about the reformulated version that they just released, or re-released, I should say. I have heard that it's different though. So I really, really need to pick up a travel spray, but last time I checked it was sold out. But I really want to pick up a travel spray of the new one. Some people say they smell exactly the same. I don't know, but then some people are like, no, it's different, but it's still really good. So I'm not sure. I'll have to pick up a travel spray and then I'll let you guys know. But anyways, if you don't want to pay the price for this one, just pick up the Lapidus because it's really, really similar. And oh my gosh, it's such a good scent. So anyways, that is Jean-Paul Gaultier 2, or squared, however you want to say it. So anyways, guys, those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.